Hello everyone, welcome to another video here. Today I'm going to share with you how I make Lacto-Fermented Hot Sauce. So I've been making this hot sauce for probably, I'm going to say 10 years or so, and I really like it. I like to eat hot sauce, and I've tried many different kinds, and I've never yet found a hot sauce that I like as much as this one. So this is my favorite hot sauce by far. It tastes the best. It's fun to make, and I just really enjoy it. So I've been making it for a long time, and so today I'm running out of this hot sauce, so I need to make some more. So I'm going to share with you how I make it. I usually use habanero peppers. I've done it with a lot of different peppers. I've done it with little sweet peppers. I've done it with jalapenos, ghost peppers, Carolina Reapers. I forget what all different kinds, but I've made it with a lot of different kinds of peppers. And I really like habaneros because they're just a really good middle of the road pepper. They're not too hot like the ghost peppers or Carolina Reapers, and they're not too mild. They just have a good heat to them, and they taste good. And they're also not just these tiny little peppers that it takes a whole bunch of them to make some hot sauce. So that's what we're going to use today, just pure habanero hot sauce. And so I'm going to show you the recipe. I'm going to show you each step that I take to make it, and then how I bottle it and all that. So I'm at a grocery store here, not far from where we live, and this place is called the Apna Bazaar, and it's a Indian grocery store, and they have a good amount of fruits and vegetables, a good variety of them, things that you can't often find other places. Here's the habaneros. Okay, there's my bag of habaneros. I think this should be enough for a nice big batch of hot sauce. So that's a couple pounds there. It's a nice big amount. Okay, so here we have all these peppers that I bought. I already started cutting them up here, as you can see. So these are all my ingredients. The habanero peppers here, and then garlic. So this is about the right, these are 3 big bulbs here. This is about the right amount that I use for this amount of peppers. Once I cut the peppers up, I'll see how full this gets. It might be more than this half-gallon jar full here. Yeah, I might make another quart or so, but for now I'm going to fill the half-gallon jar. And then the garlic, I'll put them in the food processor and chop them up really fine. And then I'll fill this up about halfway, put some garlic in, and then fill it up to the top and put some garlic in again. That way it gets well mixed in it as it ferments. And then I use sea salt and just pure spring water. So I don't use tap water for this because tap water has, chlorine and fluoride and whatever else in it. So I just buy spring water for this. So anyways, so what I'm doing is I'm cutting the habaneros here into slices about 1/8 inch thick. What I do is I cut them right down the middle. This one is kind of bad. I'm going to cut some parts out of that one. So I cut them right down the middle, and I don't take out all the seeds. So I'm not necessarily very careful to take out all the seeds. I take the main part where the most seeds are in the middle there, but then I leave some seeds in it like that. So I leave some seeds in. I like the seeds in the hot sauce, but I don't leave all the seeds in because it just makes too many seeds. So I cut them down the middle, and then I take that main clump of seeds off right in the middle, and then whatever else is in there, I just slice them. I slice them about 1/4 inch thick, and then I put them in there, and I'll actually press it down a little bit when I add the water with salt and the garlic. I'll press it down in there because it'll settle quite a bit, and then the sauce will become really watery. So I press it pretty good. But right now I'm just going to work on cutting all of these up and filling this up, and then I'll get the garlic peeled and chopped up and then add that in there, and then I'll show you how I mix the water and salt and make a brine out of it, and then I'll fill it to the top once I have all my peppers in there. So actually, you know what, this is filling up pretty quickly. I'm guessing I'm gonna be able to make 2 half-gallon jars of this sauce. So I'll see once I start filling this up how much I'll really need. So this is the process. This is all the ingredients, 4 ingredients, that's it. Water, salt, garlic, and peppers. And then it sits on the counter for a week or maybe more, maybe 2 weeks sometimes, depends on how warm it is. But it'll ferment there for a while, and then I blend it and bottle it, and then that's it. So here's this step of the process, and I'll show each step as we go along. I finished cutting up all the habaneros, so everything is here. So actually, I think there's enough to make 2 half gallons. So it'll be a gallon of hot sauce. So I have the rest in here. I'm going to add the garlic in there, and then I'll finish filling it up, and then I'll add the garlic on top again. So here I have all the nice peeled garlic here, and so I'm going to show you my next steps here. All right, the garlic I'm going to put in a food processor. Actually, it'll all fit in there, I think. So, if I can close it here. Actually, I don't need to do that, do I? It's a little bit too much, maybe. No, it's chopping nicely. I think that's actually fine enough there. Wow, you know what? I think that's almost too much garlic. I don't know, but anyway, that's a lot of garlic. Wow. All right, that's perfect though. Chopped nice and fine, but not too fine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a good, healthy amount of garlic in each one. So you can see here, a nice big spoonful. Maybe, you know what, 2 spoonsful. Yeah, I definitely made too much. So I'm going to put 2 spoonsful in each one here. Okay, now I'm going to add the rest of the sliced habaneros in there. All those beautiful orange and red peppers. And fill it right to the top. And then pack it down. So just about the perfect amount, I think. Is it too much? Well, let's find out here. I don't want to waste any. This is good stuff, precious stuff here. Yeah, it's just the right amount. Look at that. Wow. All right. So press that down nice and so I can easily, what I'll do is I can easily cover that with the brine once that's done. Push that down. I don't want my hot sauce to be too watery, so I got to make it. So I'm going to put a little bit more garlic in here, and then I'll save the rest of this for something else. So another spoonful in each. Yeah, that's too much. I'm not going to put more. Should I put more in there? Garlic? I don't know. A little bit more. I like lots of garlic, so. Alright. Okay. There's the garlic, and there's the habaneros. Chopped, sliced habaneros and chopped garlic. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do the water and make the brine. Jordan, can you go get me one of those white spoons? Those white plastic spoons. Oh, and the salt there too. Yeah, that. Right here. It's in that second drawer right there. Okay. So this is the sea salt here. And so the right amount of salt, you do a half a tablespoon for 1 cup of water. So it makes it really simple. So this is a half gallon. Yeah, I'm going to make this whole half gallon of brine. So that is... This? No, a big long spoon, Jordan. To mix this with. Okay, 8 cups. So that would be, let's see, 4 tablespoons of salt. So that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I'll go to 6 cups. And so that would be 3 tablespoons of salt. Yes, that one, Jordan. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of salt. And then we'll fill this up to 6 cups with water. And then if we need to make more, we can make more, but I think that's the amount, right amount. I filled it up a little bit more than 6 cups. Let me add just a tiny bit more salt. Alright, so there is that. You want to mix that, Jordan? Here, you can mix it. There you go. Let's get that mixed. So once that's well mixed, what we'll do is we'll fill this just to over top of these peppers, and then we'll close the lid and just leave it slightly loose, and then we'll sit it on the counter for about a week, maybe more. I don't know. We'll see. All right. Okay, let me finish mixing.
Spinning.
Well, they're spinning. Okay. I think that's well mixed. Okay, so here we go. See if we need more than that. That might be just about the right amount, actually. Yeah, you know what? That's about perfect. So let's see here. We want to just... a little bit pressed down. This hair's more than that one. And then as it's fermenting, about every day I'll come by and just mix it a little bit so it doesn't, so it gets mixed in and doesn't form any kind of mold or anything on top. Okay, so there it is. You know what? I think that's good. But, you know what? Let me just make a tiny bit more so it feels a little bit more. Let's do another cup of water and then half a tablespoon of salt. So yeah, half a tablespoon here. Okay. Here, let me mix it here. Put a little bit more in that one, and a little bit more in this one. Yeah, that's about perfect right there, just so it covers it. And then let it sit and ferment. I have these now sitting on the back of the counter, and I'll just leave them here for about a day and then mix it again. And I left the lid loose so it can air can come out. So both those lids are just left on there loose. And if you look, it's very clear. See that water, salt water in there? It's very clear. So in about a day or 2 days, 3 days, I'm not sure, it will start getting cloudy. So it'll start getting white, and you'll start seeing bubbles come up the side. So that's when it starts fermenting. But right now, it's very clear, but it's just perfect. So it's gonna be really good stuff, right, Jordan?
I don't know.
You don't know. It's really good hot sauce. So anyways, that's it for today. We'll leave that sit there for a few days, and then we'll come back and look at it and see how it's doing. So this is 4 weeks later now, and this is my peppers right here. So after I did that initial batch that day, I actually went and got some more peppers the next day. So this batch here was started the next day after I did these. So it's all just a day apart. So this is just a day newer than this is. But this has been sitting here on the counter for 4 weeks, and as you can see, it's very cloudy here. So the water is really cloudy, and it has a sour smell. If you smell it, it smells sour, and it's been just getting fermented here. The reason I think it took this long is because it's a little colder than it is in the summer. And so I think it's just in the summer when it's really hot outside, it gets, it's of course hotter in the house as well, and then it just ferments faster. And so this has been sitting for 4 weeks, and every day, not quite every day, but I would just come by and mix it so that it gets mixed and it ferments or whatever more even. So as you can see here, this water is really cloudy here, and so so right here is it's cloudy, and then when I mix it, it just that's what it looks like. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I actually don't have enough bottles, so I bought more on Amazon today. So I have I think 12 or 13 bottles here, And I'm going to blend it all today, and then put the rest in the jars there that don't fit in the bottles. And then when the new bottles come, I'll go ahead and bottle everything. So for now, I want to blend this up and bottle it. So this is how I do here. Okay. These peppers are just not quite as soft as I would like them to be, but I don't want I don't want to leave it longer because I think it's ready. So I just want to blend it and bottle it. Let's see what it looks after it's blended here. All right. That's blending pretty nicely. It seems like it's soft enough to blend pretty nicely. It might be just a little chunky, but I'm going to blend it a little bit longer. Alright, I think that's good. I'm going to pour some in a bottle right now, see how it pours. Oh, I filled it up too high. Wasn't watching close enough. Okay, this one here, I wasn't watching, so I filled it too much to the top, so I need to watch better. I like to have it down just below the top, so that's still well blended there. It's not separating. Oh. That chunk actually helped me out because I had put too much in here. Okay, so that I'm gonna blend this again. Just make sure it's well mixed again. Alright, that's perfect. Okay, well, there is a nice bottle of orange habanero hot sauce. That's the finished product right there. That's what it looks like. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed my video. I showed you from start to finish how to make lacto-fermented hot sauce. So that's what this is right here. Lacto-fermented hot sauce. Garlic, not onions. Garlic, water, salt, and peppers. That's all that's in there, and it's really good. So these here I just blended, and I put them in jars here, and then once my new bottles come, I'll bottle it up. So 13 of these bottles and 3.5 quarts of hot sauce in this batch. So that's the whole process from beginning to end.